Jojan Dollface Harris is a human trafficking and domestic violence survivor who offers a safe haven and inspiration to women who've been trafficked. Jojan is a professional truck driver, trucking influencer, motivational speaker, advocate, and mentor. She helps survivors reclaim their lives and gain financial freedom in the trucking industry. Before graduating with a bachelor's degree at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas in 2017, Jojan was trafficked and forced to sell herself on the streets of Las Vegas. The trucking industry gave her the ability to flee her trafficker and achieve safety and financial freedom. Jojan works tirelessly to help human trafficking survivors. Her motto is promoting generational wealth and financial freedom despite adversity. She aspires to become an attorney and advocate for survivors of trafficking and domestic violence to continue her quest to empower people whose lives have been shattered. Jojan is nothing short of amazing. We have her on the show today. Welcome, Jojan. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
My goodness, welcome, 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 welcome. You're getting the biggest hug if ever we meet. I don't know if you've ever been tackled by a hug, but you're getting one.
There you go.
Hey everybody, this is Steve with the Three Fat Truckers. We're down here at the Louisville 2023 Match Show. I got my co-hosts Big Dave and Big Bill here beside me. How we doing, fellas?
Yep. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You took my line. By the way, we're at booth 6,057. You forgot that one.
Which means
And Dave
nothing
had to take
to
his
nobody.
shoes off to count that high, folks.
I know it.
We're sitting here interviewing today. We got Jojan Harris, which goes by Dollface Trucker. How are you doing, young lady?
Well, how are you?
Pretty good. Give us a little info about yourself.
Well, I am a company driver. I started driving about 5 years ago. I'm a survivor of human trafficking and domestic violence. I advocate for women in trucking, specifically survivors of human trafficking and domestic violence. My goal is to get women from out of that cycle of violence and into the trucking industry, because that's how I got out. It saved my life. So I'm trying to spread awareness and have a conversation of what can we do to help survivors? How can we advocate for survivors of human trafficking and domestic violence and create a safety net around them in the trucking industry? That's what I'm trying to do.
You know, I never thought of that, but that would be a good way.
Well, there was a need, and she's filling that gap. Yeah,
awesome.
for sure.
About it, women always go back to their abuser
Yeah.
because they say he takes care of them.
Right.
I'm dependent on him. He pays my
Yep.
bills. He pays for the rent. He buys my kids food.
Yeah.
If you're in a truck, you really don't have any bills. Probably a cell phone bill, but if you get food stamps, you get a government phone, so there's no bill.
Right.
You have a house. You have a microwave, your TV. My company has a microwave, and you can put it in a microwave, but it comes with a refrigerator, your TV.
Sure.
Same as ours. At my truck, the same one.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, man, with
You guys, it's your girl Dollface Trucker. I am back with another video on a different platform because guess what? Your girl is the host of Traffic the Trucking podcast on the She Trucking Network. Well, CTR Media Network through She Trucking. You know, I've always been like the biggest supporter of She Trucking. And of course, I'm the brand ambassador of She Trucking. So it's only right that I come onto here and do a podcast. And this is going to be the first of many podcasts that I'm going to be doing. And the title of it is Traffic to Trucking, which goes with the book that I wrote. You guys already know about it. But if you don't know, let me explain who I am. So my name is Jojan. People call me Dollface Trucker. I'm a former truck driver. And now I am at home starting my own trucking business. My goal is to help survivors of human trafficking get out of the cycle of violence and into the trucking industry, or into transportation, something. So, let's see. They can get into trucking, they can get into dispatching, they can get into brokering, but I'm focusing on dispatching right now. I'm a former survivor. I was in a, abusive relationship. I was trafficked, and now I'm in the trucking industry, and the trucking industry saved my life. So you guys just saw the book pop up on the screen. That is the book. It's available on Amazon. It's only like $5 and some change. Traffic the Trucking, but I'm not selling it to, make money off of it. I'm selling this book to just bring awareness I want everybody to know that you guys can make a difference and help. So if you want to know more about any of that information, if you want to know more about how you can get involved, you can go to my website, jojonglobal.com. And if you want to know more about dispatching or whatever the case may be, anything, y'all can, you know where to contact me. You see my information. And we're going to get this started.
Truck driver and survivor of human trafficking and domestic violence, our sister Dollface, as they call her, is dedicated to breaking the cycle of violence. She advocates for and mentor other survivors, empowering them to reclaim their lives, gain financial freedom, and generational wealth through entry into the trucking industry. She is committed to fostering a safe and supportive environment where survivors can access the resources and support they need to be successful in this industry and help survivors heal, grow, and thrive as they embark on a new chapter in their lives. She is passionate about providing survivors with the opportunity to gain knowledge and skills that will enable them to become independent and successful, because she believes everyone deserves a chance to succeed and start a new life. As a survivor, she is proud to be a part of their journey. All right, we are live and welcome once again. We are on the Loyalty and Friends Self-Love Podcast, and thank you all so much for tuning in. Of course, we are on time as always, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I have my girl Dollface on here, and man, her story is just so powerful. So I want to kind of, start back where we left off at. And you was just getting ready to dive into another part of your story. But for you all who missed part one of the interview, I would strongly recommend go to the Instagram page. Of course, go to Instagram. You can follow me on Loyalty in Everything, of course. And tune in to the first part of the interview, okay? So she just basically gave her introduction. And for those who don't know Dollface, she went through some very challenging times as a child, even up into her adulthood, where she was even, experiencing trafficking, sex trafficking, sexual abuse, assault, and different things of that nature. And now she's a truck driver, okay? So she's been able to turn her pain into purpose and really shed light and empower others to be at their best selves.
The extent of human trafficking, what exactly happens? I'm not sure everyone knows. What exactly is human trafficking? What are people forced into doing? How young are they? Who does this impact?
Human trafficking can impact everyone. It can impact men, women, children. It doesn't matter who you are. It can still impact you, because they look for, traffickers look for vulnerabilities. They look for people who don't have a lot of money, low economic status, people who have problems with their parents or families, people who have been in domestic violence, people who have been in domestic violence relationships and abuse and things like that. So it can happen to anyone, and it's sad to say that they just prey on the vulnerable. Right. It disproportionately affects women, though. Most likely it's going to be mostly women, and human trafficking is not always sex trafficking. It can also be labor trafficking, when you're forced to work and you're not getting paid anything or not a lot of money. Labor traffic victims are coerced. That's a big thing with human trafficking in general, coercion, if you're being coerced to do something. And with respects to labor trafficking, if it's not sex exploitation, they're being abused in a variety of labor settings like farms, factories, domestic work in homes, things like that. So that's why it's really important for me to help survivors, because I don't always see the sexual part, but I'm a truck driver, right? I go to different different factories and labor settings, farms. I just went to a farm the other day to deliver some stuff. So it can affect a lot across the board, and it can be anywhere. It can be sex or labor.
You were saying that they recruit kids, even in elementary school?
Yeah, so in Las Vegas, that's why I moved from Las Vegas, because my children were in school, my daughter got around some people who weren't good for her, and I recognized all the signs, and I'm like, nope, no, 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 no. They go to women and girls. They account for about 71% of trafficking victims globally, and the majority who are trafficked for sexual exploitation, 77% of them are women, and 72% of them are girls. And they'll go to the schools, like the guys will have their brothers or their sons or whoever in that same school. He has a son and he goes to this elementary school, and make friends with the girl, make friends with the parents, make friends with the sister, invite them over, and they groom the girl. So by the time she has her guard down and trust in this family, that's when they snap like a viper.
So what, did they abduct these girls?